तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम, तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम। तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम, तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम। अब यहाँ से कहाँ जाएं हम, तेरी बाहों में मर जाएं हम।
तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम, अब यहाँ से कहाँ जाए हम, तेरी बाहों में मर जाए हम।
तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम। कुछ तेरा जा तेरी सांसें तेरी,
मेरी आँखों में आंसू तेरे आ गए, मुस्कुराने लगे सारे गम।
तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम,
अब यहाँ से कहाँ जाए हम, तेरी बाहों में मर जाए हम।
तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम। सामने बैठी रहे मैं तुझे देखा करूं,
तूने आवाज दी देख मैं आ गई, प्यार से है बड़ी क्या पसंद।
तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम,
तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना।
Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of the You're the Love Show. I am Jasmine Patel, the Love Angel, #JJJ. And who are you?
Hello, I'm Dr. PPP. I'm the Love Guru, Dr. PPP. and the marathon man, the Himalayas guru. And we are honored, privileged, humble, blessed, and super excited coming live at you for you from the beautiful home in Toronto, Canada, North America universe, the home of none other than truthful Mr. Tarek Fateh. Yes, hashtag TTT. Fatah. Okay,
Yes,
Tarek
yes.
Fatah. I'm sorry. Yes.
That's okay.
And he's the author of two beautiful books, which is
Chasing a Mirage and The Jew Isn't My Enemy.
Yes.
Also, he's the advocate himself, and he's well known. Also, you must have watched Tar Fateh Ka Fatwa, right? And yes, people loves, either you love Tarek Fateh or either you hate him, but you cannot ignore him. So, without
Okay.
further ado, let's listen to him. And what's the first question? Jasmine?
Can you please introduce yourself and share your story?
Oh. Well, I'm here.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. How do I introduce myself? Well, I was born in 1949 in Karachi, Sindh. I'm of Punjabi ancestry, and I left Pakistan in '78. That after enduring the third military dictator, and have not lived there since then. I spent 10 years in Saudi Arabia as an advertising executive, because you can't write anything over there. Nowadays you can. And since '87 I'm here in Canada.
Mhm.
And my wife, unfortunately, is not here with me. She's in long-term care. She had a nasty fall, but she's recovering. And two daughters, Nazia and Natasha. And we live downtown Toronto. We don't own a car, so we are the typical Canadian urbanite, linked up to the local transit system, which is not the story of most immigrants, because they like to go from after landing into a car, we come the other way around. And I take one day at a time, knowing what all of the West is facing, which is a serious threat to civilization. People who are radical jihadis or Islamists, if you may point that out. And very few people wish to counter their narrative. I think as a Muslim, I have my responsibility to do it, and do it as best as I can.
I wish you all the best for your wife's recovery. As
Yes,
much as
she's
possible.
doing much better. Yeah. She is a Gujarati Shia. I'm a Punjabi Sunni.
Great combo.
So our kids are sushis. Both daughters are. That's Nazia coming home.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum, Najia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
So what's the next question, Pravin?
Sure. Let's bring out the next question, which is okay. Why do you choose Canada
No.
to stay?
Honey.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. People have different images of you. Who is the real Tarek Fatah?
I am who I am.
Yes.
There's nothing hidden about me. So I'm very transparent that way.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. There are no mysteries over here. Some people would like to, that I be silenced, and that would be a pity. But life goes on.
Absolutely, yes. What's the next question, Jasmine?
Okay, so why did you leave Pakistan?
Well, in Pakistan, I had to endure two prison sentences. Keep them over there.
Want to come by the screen for a second now?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Yeah, please.
Nazia. She'd come. And in 1968, I had to go to prison, and 1970 again. I spent a year in a in a mountaintop jail that's called Much, built in 1929 by the British. Spent a year there. Then after India's war, and when Pakistan broke up, I was a journalist prior to that. During the war, I worked for the Karachi Sun as a reporter and then joined Pakistan television. But the third dictator, Ziaul-Haq, came. I was charged with sedition. And I thought that was in the first two instances, I didn't even plead. I said, yeah, absolutely. I am part of the protest against the military rule.
That's a
But in 1978, I was expelled from Pakistan television and charged with sedition. The military had taken over. That's General Ziaul-Haq. And they had a specific instruction of that nobody should hire me. So I had to leave.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I left in 1978. I've never lived in Pakistan again after that, but spent 10 years in Saudi Arabia as a advertising copywriter. You can't be a journalist over there. Nowadays you can be. It's Saudi Arabia is dramatically changing for the better. But 10 years over there, and then the day we discovered that my elder daughter, when she turned 10, she would have to wear the hijab. We said, we're not going to live here. You know, how do you tell a 10-year-old girl that you're a sexual object and now your hair is going to, or your head is going to make people erotic? This is something I couldn't deal with. So we left just before she could move. For some time, they lived in Netherlands, and we applied as a migrant to Canada, and on November 6, 1987, we landed at Mirabel Airport in Montreal. And then we discovered in Montreal that my younger daughter was autistic. So we needed to have, a place where there was no language issues. So we had to move again because we had to eliminate every hurdle possible. So we moved here to Toronto suburb, Ajax. Then downtown Toronto was the place. Yeah.
Wow.
That is amazing. So we're going to go on to the next question.
Yes, Tarek. So why did you choose Canada to stay for so many years? Anything you answered this one?
Yeah, I think you already answered
So,
that.
yes.
So we'll just go on to the next
Okay.
one.
What's next question, Jasmine?
What is Pakistan for you? What is India for you? And what is the rest of the world for you?
Well, Pakistan is an aberration. Pakistan is an artificial entity that isn't even a proper name, created by the British to simply ensure that after the Second World War, the Soviet Union would not have a common border or its allies with India. And so this task was given to a gentleman by the name of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who used to live in London at that time. He was given this task to divide India into an Islamic state and supposedly Hindustan and Pakistan. But as we now discover through many writers and authors, this wasn't the whole notion of divide and rule. The whole philosophy or policy of divide and rule was implemented in a manner which caused the lives of 1 million people. Just imagine, this was after just 47, yeah. So it's 2 years after the Holocaust, and yet 1 million people again died in the name of race and religion. And Pakistan was created as a buffer state and a member of the American military networks that were surrounding the Soviet Union or USSR at that time. That was the reason it was created. So for me, it is an aberration. For me, Pakistan meant the subjugation of its own people because they took a language that was foreign to all Pakistanis, which is Urdu, which is the language of India, and imposed it on Pakistan literally overnight, making everyone illiterate. It's like if you came here and imposed tomorrow said Greek would be the language.
Yeah, that'd be like, what?
Yeah, so that's what happened. And it
Makes
turned
sense.
an entire country into illiterates and then allowed for those Muslim immigrants who came from India,
Mhm.
UP and Delhi or Bihar, those areas, to dominate the politics of Pakistan. Even Mr. Jinnah was from Bombay, and the first prime minister was from Haryana in India. So it's a very tragic case. It is the only people on earth in all of human history who were made to prohibit their own mother tongue in their own country. That's Pakistan. And so if you find, many people find Pakistanis speaking very strange accent of Urdu, it is because their mother tongue is Punjabi, but they are forced to speak Urdu.
Oh.
And they genuinely believe that their language is worthless. It is the language of the ordinary masses, and educated people have to speak Urdu. So neither they are fluent or produce literature in Punjabi or in Urdu. So it has become a country where the only country on earth where literacy rates have fallen.
Wow.
I see.
So we have a problem there. And well, in 71, it broke down when Pakistan committed genocide in what is now Bangladesh, which was then called East Pakistan, and 10 million people were killed. 400,000 women were raped.
Oh, man.
And it's the only time in human history that, well, until international relations are established, that United Nations had to set up abortion camps
Wow.
for pregnant women who Pakistani soldiers had raped. And the society, being conservative, had no place for women with out of wedlock children. It's a human tragedy that took place that brought people like George Harrison to Ted Kennedy together, and people around the world rallied for Bangladesh's freedom, and the Americans had the Seventh Fleet protecting Pakistan, but in the end, they were defeated. And so Pakistan, basically, the majority of the people lived in East Pakistan, so they became Bangladesh. The people the area that is Pakistan today didn't even want Pakistan.
Oh.
So there are different people. The Balochistan was invaded by Pakistan in March 1948. It occupied Balochistan. So for me, Pakistan, when the question is asked, what does Pakistan mean to you? It's a human tragedy of immense proportions that continues to massacre its own people. And for me, India is my home. India is my love because I am Hindustani. It's the last surviving ancient civilization. We've given the rest of the world chess and zero, and about a dozen countries are named with Sanskrit as their base. So whether it's Kazakhstan or Turkestan or Afghanistan, they all are based on a Sanskrit word, stan, which means land, right? So they don't realize it, but all these Uzbekistan and Afghanistan, they all based on. So India has done its part. It has never invaded any other land in its entire history. It has a living, place with the Mohenjo-daro on River Indus, which is 5,000 years old. And the word, by the way, India comes from the word Indus. Even the word Hindu comes from Indu. It's how the Persians and the Sindhis pronounce the word. So the river Indus is the soul of India. Unfortunately, it does not flow in India. It flows in Pakistan. So when Indus flows in India, that will be the time the destiny will tell Indians or the world what this land is. Unfortunately, most Indians wouldn't know anything about the Indus. So although the place that is Sindh is part of the Indian national anthem, it's not part of Pakistan's national anthem, but the Indians don't care and the Pakistanis can't imagine. So we have some of the brightest people on earth in a product of British colonialism. Not just that, prior to that, hundreds of years of plunder and invasions from the north by Central Asian Turks and Mongols and Afghans who plundered and raped in India and done tremendous damage to the psyche of the people. 800 years of Muslim invasion of India, and then 200 years of European colonialism, where the French and the British had to fight. The Dutch wanted their place, and the Portuguese just held on to Goa, which is now a tourist destination. But it was initially a Muslim sort of enclave. And that's where the Portuguese really had time settling down. Vasco da Gama is the name of the person. So that's what it is. So I hope that answers the question.
It does.
What is the world to you in the last portion of the page?
World is we are a speck of dirt. Our entire solar system is just one speck of dirt. So in the billions of galaxies, I think we have too much of self-importance. And
we're like this.
Nothing.
Yes.
And in time, we are nothing. In billions of years of evolution and from starting with the Big Bang, unless, of course, you believe that Adam and Eve were made out of mud and then brothers and sisters had sex together and created more people. There are people who believe that and live happily ever after. But horses can't fly, neither monkeys can, and gods don't have children. So, unfortunately, religion is structured in a world that could have that needed it maybe 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. Prior to that, there were ancient gods. The gods even had wars amongst each other. They even had affairs in Greece. Some gods had 10 heads and others had just we call her Kali. So there's built-in feminism as well inside the pantheon of gods that created us, and then came along Moses and said there's only one God. Abraham actually said there's one God. And people said, but no, it can't be one. It is only one. And that's the end of the whole European phase of religion, in which gods had competitions, love affairs, they would cheat on each other. Those were the gods that I would have enjoyed, 10-headed gods. But now we have the fight of gods still going on, where Muslims insist that there is one God, and those who do not believe in that God deserve to die, because by my religious law, I'm supposed to invite you to Islam. And if you refuse, then it is my duty to either collect taxes from you or kill you. So one has to fight those ideologies within yourself. And then when you raise the question that you are alive only for a multiple lower part of a second, and your life is gone.
Mhm.
And we think too much about ourselves. Our egos make us think, oh, I'm so smart. I'm so good looking. Look at me.
Oh, yeah.
No, nothing. You piece of nothing, man. Somebody's going to just walk all over you.
Yeah.
Now
Stop.
there's a billion galaxies.
Yeah.
So if there are a billion galaxies and we haven't even figured out what our galaxy is,
Yes.
we just recently discovered the solar system.
Yes.
There are people who didn't know what lay ahead of Saturn. We still can't go to Mars and live there. And yet this is just one solar system.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine what this galaxy is. And then if you take into that there are a billion galaxies. So let us stop thinking of ourselves as great thinkers and, my God, we invented chess now. What do we do now? The Indians say, well, that's enough. We did chess. That's it. The tractors will be made by the Dutch. And the trucks will come from the United Kingdom.
Oh, man.
Oh,
All right.
oh.
Great. So next question for you. What is your mission, passion, purpose, and vision?
Well, my the issues are short term and long term. Short term, I'd like to raise the danger that Islamism, which is the political application of the religion of Islam, which is a threat to the rest of humanity, that it needs to be countered from within, and not as a rejection of the faith, but simply as a rejection of bringing politics and religion together.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it is Jim Jones and his 400 people drinking Kool-Aid in Guyana, dying overnight to reach their destiny, or it is Al-Qaeda or ISIS raping and plundering women and keeping sex slaves, interpreting the Quran to say that you can have as many concubines as you wish, which gives them the chance to kidnap and then rape and then divorce and trade women, which has happened within the last 10 years. So that is something that every Muslim should feel as the responsibility for being on the inside and fighting this evil, instead of blaming, oh, this must be a Jewish conspiracy, the Jews and the Hindus, they're very bad people. Because that's the easy answer.
Mhm.
And that's what justifies the beheading of so many people in India. Because in France, in Europe as well, where you've said that anybody who insults the message of Prophet Muhammad deserves to be killed. The slogan is Sartan se juda, meaning your head should be separated from your body.
Oh.
So those are the things. This is Basil, by the way, a cat.
Oh.
Yeah, you can introduce. You can.
Yeah, well, he won't. He doesn't unless he
Yeah.
wishes to.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
By the way, we are,
No,
the
he
Bezos.
really wants to get out of the house,
Oh.
and nobody is offering him the chance. But this is not where anytime some interview has been done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Oh, really? Oh,
Oh,
man.
well.
Let's make it fun.
and he can see the squirrels outside. and he's desperate. Anyway,
Hey,
Yes,
so
well,
we're
listen. Okay.
So we got the one guy that made this possible,
Oh,
Rahul
yes.
Kumar. So I'm gonna bring him on.
yes, please.
All right. Hey Rahul, are you ready? I'm gonna add you. And here we
नमस्कार तारिक फतेह साहब नमस्कार
Hello, how are you?
नमस्कार sir I'm fine and you sir
Namaskar.
I'm
Go
I,
ahead.
I'm Rahul from India
Oh, good. Hey, where from India? Yes,
from
good.
Champaran Bihar
Ah,
Champaran, Bihar.
We've just had a movie on Bihar on Netflix over here. Khaki.
yes sir
Yeah.
sir I appreciate your style I appreciate your way of expressing something your way of telling something and you tell with bravery and honesty that's I like very much.
Oh, thank you. There's nothing brave about telling the truth because you don't have to remember it.
Wow.
The problem with not lying is that you have to remember who you lied to and what did you say. With truth, there's no effort involved. I have to take this call
Sure,
that is
sure,
coming
sure.
in just a second.
Sure.
Hello.
Sir
One second. Hold on.
Rajiv, action, huh? Yes. Okay. Okay. Can you wait half an hour? Is that fine? Because I was in the middle of somewhere. I'll just get back to you. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Just a second. Okay. Yes.
Yes,
sir
Yes.
sir I am a student of journalism I host online shows so I would like to invite you in my show.
Any time. Nowadays to enter someone's home is as easy as clicking onto a link. So
and thanks to you, this is possible.
Yeah, I
too.
know.
Yes, we are live from Tarek
sir.
sir's home.
Sir I would like to ask my first question.
okay, go ahead.
What are the reasons for loving India a lot?
Well, don't you love India? There
No,
are
you love
Indians who
you
take
love
India-
India a lot. You love India a lot, and you say that I am Indian born in Pakistan. May I know what are the reasons you love India a lot?
Well, Mr. Naipaul loves India. He was born in Trinidad. He's written Indians are everywhere around the world, from Fiji to Trinidad and Tobago and South Africa and har jagah, bhai. There are a lot of us. So we are spread all over the world. The British took us everywhere. So wherever we are, this is an immense culture. It's 29 states. It's 400 languages. Everyone dresses differently.
What is your origin, India or Pakistan?
There is no
Yes, sir.
such region as Pakistan. Pakistan is just an artificial entity. When the Indus flows in Pakistan, Pakistan cannot be Pakistan. It has to be India because the Indus flows there.
And you
Yeah.
say that your grandfather was a Hindu. Is this right?
Not my grandfather. Earlier than that, they were from Rajputana. They migrated to Punjab and became Muslims.
Okay, in India, a lot of intellectuals try to show that Hindus are intolerant. What do you think?
Well, some Hindus are intolerant, others are tolerant. It's not some iPhone 14s that everybody should be the same. You were not made in a factory. So, like,
Hindus are intolerant for Muslims or what?
they could be intolerant of each other. Most Indians think that they are better than the other Indian. Your main identification is कि तू जानता है मैं कौन हूँ. That's your national slogan. So every Indian wants to tell the other Indian that he is a better, higher, super class Indian. Some is an F-16, the other is just an F-86. You know, so if you feel that your cook is inferior, and the cook then feels that he is superior to the chowkidar, and then the rickshaw driver thinks that he is inferior to the taxi driver, you set yourself up for failure. If you do not believe in the universality and equality of the human's
Yes, sir.
existence, then you fail.
We Hindus believe in the concept Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That means the world is a family.
Yes, but you have to try to implement that by getting the cook into your living room and having food with him.
Yes.
Which cleaning lady or which ayah or sat and had dinner with you last time? बाबरची का खाना वहां रखा हुआ ले लेना बहादुर ठीक है ना that will redeem India. India has to do a lot more than to get a chaiwala to be prime minister. That is a great step forward. But today, an Indian has bought the port of Haifa. He's a rich man. The granddaughter of a billionaire is the wife of the British prime minister. Fine. But what has your generation contributed to the human development, eliminating human suffering? Just can't invent the zero and sit back and say, give me the royalty and
Sir, when are you coming to India again?
I'll try my best. My wife is not well. She is in long-term care, so I have to sort of take care of getting food at home for my daughter and myself as well. And
You should, sir, you should come to Bihar once. And here is the Nalanda University, the world's ancient university.
yes, I know. Don't worry, I won't destroy it like Khilji.
And sir, do you know the name of the city? The name of the city is Bakhtiarpur.
I
Still
know.
Bakhtiarpur.
Your name of Allahabad, you changed the name to from
Prayagraj.
To Allahabad.
Prayagraj.
Yeah, Prayagraj was changed to Allahabad. What has Allah got to do with Prayagraj? You accepted it, right?
Yes, sir.
भैया ये तो self realization की बात है ना. You had Aurangzeb Road in Delhi.
Yes, yes. पर तो ये सिर्फ भारत में ही हो पाता है. और सर ये दूसरे देशों में नहीं हो पाता. जैसे हम बात करें अदर कंट्रीज की, तो वहां पे पाकिस्तान में कभी ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है कि कोई जगह हो जहाँ पे हमारे किसी देवता के नाम पर हो, या फिर सऊदी अरब में रामनगर नहीं हो सकता है. और सिर्फ भारत में ही इस तरह के नाम होते हैं, औरंगजेब के नाम पे, खिलजी के नाम पे. तो ये आपको लगता है कि
भैया थोड़े से आप डरपोक हैं? आपको डर लगता है कि ये मुस्लिम मार नहीं दे? आप अपना भी तो देखिए ना कि बंबई में बॉम्ब अटैक करके चले गए. 200-300 आदमी मार दिए. आपकी गवर्नमेंट ने क्या किया? डर बैठे रहे. They did nothing. 26/11. So what did you do? Nobody did anything. If you behave that way, people will come and everybody invaded India.
Kasab was hanged after that.
Kasab was hanged. You needed to hang the bloody head of the ISI, not Kasab.
He was more only, right?
Yeah, he was just an instrument. All the terrorists now live in Pakistan. Half of the Indian Muslim population waves the Pakistani flag. Because you changed the name in your constitution. You said Bharat, that is India. You took out the word Hindustan from your own constitution. Why are you complaining? You do not have to be ashamed of being Hindustan. What is the embarrassment in being Hindu? It's not a 4-letter word. 5. Forget about that.
Recently, TFI has been banned in India. What's
Yeah.
your opinion on this? What's your
What
opinion
is
on
my
this?
opinion? यार, ये rhetorical questions मत किया करो, because you would know what my opinion is. PFI ban हो गया, wonderful. PFI will change its name to DFI. What will you do? You have so many bureaucrats running India that there will be a new file created. Sir, we have PFI. No, now we have DFI. Oh, but I know of FFI. What will you do? Well, there will be more jobs created, more bureaucrats. You won't eliminate that simply by giving uh, permission for madrasas all over India and then say PFI ko ban kar diya. Pataka is not a replacement of a top. They might create the same sound, but you know what I mean.
Raven, we have something special planned right now. Thank you for joining, Rahul. We're gonna.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Take
We
care.
have something very special planned for Tarek, right?
Yes, right. And
Right?
yes,
Right?
yes, right.
Right?
Yes, yes. We would love to gift some, from our hearts.
Yes.
This is you are the
Love.
These are pens,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
the love
Aha.
pen.
Okay. The love angel,
That's
the
me.
love guru,
Yes.
and you are the love. Okay.
And that's our phone number.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
This is the pen, also the celebrity guru pen.
Okay. So, okay.
Also-
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Tarek Saab.
Yes.
And these are
Sorry, this feature isn't supported.
some of
Okay.
my
Oh.
books for you.
Yeah, that's this
Uh-huh.
book.
Oh, that's you. Are you? My God. Dr. PPP. Interesting.
He's famous.
Yeah, he's PPP.
He's met like more than 10,000 celebrities.
Yes.
You are the best of the best. Tarek
Okay.
Saab. Thank you.
Magnetic entrepreneurship.
That book made the Guinness World Record.
Okay. Okay. Really?
Yes.
In what way?
Oh, what?
Most authors signing the same book simultaneously.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Magnetic entrepreneur.
Yep, that's him.
That's him. Okay. Oh, this is.
So some authors
Yeah.
from US, Canada,
Yes,
UK will
yes.
join in.
Yeah.
You know, Les Brown, sir, right?
Yes.
Les Brown's daughter also.
Yeah.
wrote that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for these
You're
books.
welcome, sir.
Okay. That's great.
One of the book I wrote about COVID-19. And the next one is
Just a sec.
The
yes.
blessings of COVID-19.
What the
Yeah.
blessings
There are
of
two of that.
COVID-19?
Yes.
And may I ask, what are the blessings of COVID-19?
Okay.
Check right now.
All right. Okay. So when I got COVID, that was when I started my Facebook journey, which led me to meet Pravin.
Okay.
And then if it weren't for him getting COVID, we wouldn't have gotten here today.
Okay.
Yes.
So the entire world had to go through COVID-19.
It's not like
it shouldn't
that.
be
Ah,
that
it's not
way.
like
It shouldn't be
that.
way. But
It's all-
every coin had the two
It's
sides.
all about
Yes,
perspective.
Okay.
Of course,
So this coin is like a Rubik's cube. then.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
There's multiple
our heart
sides.
is always with the
Okay.
people who lost their lives, their
I
loved
understand.
ones.
Understand. Okay.
And this is again.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. That's wonderful.
All right, guys. Well, this wraps up today's interview. I hope you had an enjoyable time, and I hope you got something out of this. Do you have any last messages to say before we end this?
No, I'm fine. I'm no message, no.
No message is the message.
Yeah. Remember, just be truthful and be yourself. And
Yeah.
if you want to use 4-letter words, it's healthy because it cleanses your soul, and it by being truthful, you don't have to remember.
Yeah, because it's the truth.
It
Yeah.
is the truth. It allows you, gives you low blood pressure, and you live happily ever after. Okay.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. Bye for
Take
now.
care.
Bye.
Bye bye.